Hi guys, Michael Fights with Friends here. This news was too good to wait until tonight or until Thursday MMA Live at 5. SB Nation and MMA Mania have announced UFC has came to a deal starting in January 2019 with ESPN and Disney. Remember, I talked about the Fox deal coming to an end, the timing of it, and that I didn't believe that the UFC would re-sign with Fox. I said that the best thing for them to sign with was ESPN Disney for marketing purposes and a whole lot of other things, and it came true. And I can't really see a better scenario for the UFC. Honestly, this is where they belong. It's a multi-year deal. It includes live and on-demand programming. What bridged this deal was ESPN's new standalone service. $4.99 a month. You get ESPN plus ESPN Plus. You can get that, of course, on iOS, Android, cable, dish, all that, Roku, and at ESPN.com. So $4.99 a month. This deal includes television, social, and digital programs. I got to talk about this tonight. This is too big a news. There's so much news tonight that we can't wait till Thursday. I'm going to do a special live show tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific. So if you're new here and you're just tuning in this because you want to hear about this news, please subscribe. Please, 7 p.m. Pacific. Come and contribute. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think down there in the comments. But yeah, this is huge. All new season of Dana White's Contender. All new original content. I can just imagine what the minds of Disney and ESPN connected with the minds of WME and UFC are going to develop as far as programming. This starts January 2019. I couldn't be happier. And I really think we're going to see something along the lines of a UFC Fight Pass, ESPN combination thing. Like I said, ESPN standalone app is $4.99 a month. A pretty good deal if you just kind of watch sports. A lot of people just do Netflix now. And the only thing they said they were missing was their sports. Well, now you get your live sports, you get your live MMA. This is an exclusive deal. All UFC content will be on Disney ESPN. I'm assuming that doesn't count UFC Fight Pass, but I'm curious to see what is announced in the weeks coming. Dana White said he's very excited about this. He absolutely 100% confirmed it. It's a multi-year deal. This is just huge. The implications to this are astronomical. There's a lot of other big news. I'm going to put out at least one other video before tonight, before I show, because if you haven't seen it yet, it's going to blow your freaking mind. I didn't believe it at first. I didn't believe this other thing that I have to share might even be bigger. It's just astronomical. But like I said, I think that UFC Fight Pass and ESPN are going to end up coming to some kind of deal. So $5 a month, if you don't have cable or dish, which, you know, most of us now I don't think do, probably most fight fans. You know, you got your Netflix. Pretty much everybody's got Netflix. $9 a month. Grab your ESPN for $5 a month, and you're going to see a ton of UFC. They just said a minimum of 15 full shows next year on ESPN. 15 full shows with a minimum of 12 bouts. That's what it said. So I don't know if I'm guessing that means that they're going to do like some of the prelims probably on a digital, some kind of digital format only, and then the main event, or maybe, you know, 6-8 fights. I can't imagine them doing 12 to 14 fights all on ESPN. I would imagine they would do like a 2 to 3 hour programming, kind of like the pay-per-view is now, or like Fox does, and then have the prelims on the digital format for those people that want to watch it. But I'm super excited about this. I was talking to Ian Brewster earlier, though. I asked him what he thought about it, former COO of W1 MMA in Canada. And he's always got his nose to the ground as far as what's going on in MMA. Very, very active in that community still. And, I talked to him and asked him what he thought about it. And he said he thought it was a horrible idea, actually. Completely disagrees with me. So if you guys want to see him on the show, I'd like to try to get him on the show, and so we could kind of debate it and go back and forth and see why he thinks that. He kind of gave me a few ideas as to why. But I'd like to get him on there anyway so we can all debate it and see, what's the positive and negatives of this deal. Honestly, I don't see a lot of negatives. I could be wrong. He does, but I think this is a win-win situation, honestly, for everybody. There's no Fox Sports 1 standalone app deal. So $5 a month, and if you're an NFL fan, now you get all your ESPN Monday Night Football games. You get yourself an antenna, you watch everything else. Then you have Netflix, $9 a month, $5 for ESPN, $15 a month. You're going to have all the content that you ever wanted, all the TV content, all the sports content, everything. ESPN, of course, has NBA, Major League Baseball, hockey, all that other crap. If you're interested in all that stuff. I mostly just watch, and boxing, ton of boxing. And I'm doing more and more boxing on here all the time. I'm going to try to get you guys a link, hopefully to a free trial of this. I would wait until maybe the ESPN deal. I don't know what they're going to do with that. But this is so huge. I'm really curious to see what kind of new original content they have. What kind of hosts and stuff they have. Some of the negatives I would think about is maybe they try to bring in some of their own hosts, hopefully not like some Disney hosts or things like that. But we need to market to a younger crowd. The UFC crowd is getting older and older. It's horrible. I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm around the average or younger demographic of where the UFC is right now. So they're in danger of literally of dying out, or really, really shrinking if they don't do something big. And I mean, what could be bigger than signing with Disney for young people? So I think that they hit the ball out of the park on this one. I think it's a huge deal that makes sense for the UFC. I think it makes a tremendous amount of sense for ESPN because they just launched that standalone app. And I think they're going to get a ton of people off UFC, maybe more people off UFC than just about anything else. I mean, maybe not Monday Night Football, but as far as people that didn't have cable and get the standalone app, I think it's going to be huge. And I hope UFC On Demand and everything is included. But they did say live and on-demand programming. So we'll see how much on-demand programming there is. Television, social, and digital platforms. So, I mean, they could really link a lot of things into this. Very, very, very much so. But tell me what you guys think. Like I said, tonight I will be on at 7. There's about 5 subjects of different things in the UFC that I want to talk about going on right now. I'll give you one of them. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Tisha Torres. She interviewed recently. She said she thinks she will be champion next year. Let me know what you guys think about that. She thinks if she beats Tisha Torres, she deserves another title shot. I don't know who else is out there really to fight Rose. Usually you don't see a rematch so quickly after somebody wins both matches. But I thought that was a disputed decision. You know, we've went over that before, and I won't beat that in any further. But I did think it was, you know, I did think that it was, you could definitely dispute it. It definitely could have gone either way. I don't have a problem with Rose winning it whatsoever. But I wouldn't have had an issue the other way either. Just huge things. Thanks from inside of Francis Nagano's camp. He looks super. He looks fast. And Derek Lewis is talking trash, heating him up. That's going to be an incredible fight. I have another huge announcement later, though, that I don't think you guys are gonna want to believe it, because I don't believe it. It's so insane. But Dana confirmed it today, and I'll talk to you guys about that later. And then we'll talk tonight. Remember, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm gonna go live, so don't forget to tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Since there was a late notice, I wanted to give everybody enough time to get back from work. Sometimes I feel like the 5 p.m. Doesn't get everybody. And let me know what you guys think about the MMA Live at 5 too. And I'll talk to you guys about that tonight. I've been thinking about moving that to 7 because so many people, I think, are not home from work yet. And that might be a friendlier time for everybody. So let me know what you think about that. I'm going to continue to do that. Plus, tonight, I will launch the entire schedule. I'm putting myself to work before the show tonight, but I will give you the entire streaming schedule for May for Fights with Friends. As far as I know, there's some interviews that I'm working on that I may or may not talk about, depending on how close they are, or if they're for sure thing. But definitely all the fight companions, some changes on this channel coming. Nothing going away, some things being added though. So I look forward to seeing you tonight at 7. As always, I love you, I respect you, and I'll see you fine asses later.